For me, DJing is so much about, it's a reciprocal environment. So it's not just me performing for the crowd. It's what does the crowd want and trying to read that vibe and right? So that there's this symbiosis where the two almost become one.
Right. Guys, welcome to ARC Music Festival Day 3. I'm sitting here with the incredible Dani Deahl. How's your weekend been going so far?
It's been absolutely incredible. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be playing ARC.
Yeah.
It's been a great weekend.
And I feel like there's a tremendous amount of pride for people being in Chicago. Like, how does it feel just to walk around the festival and like see friends and people you know, have family with you here?
Yeah, it's not even about the friends that you see backstage. There are literally legends that are walking among us in the backstage area. I ran into Ron Carroll yesterday.
Wow.
And had a moment where I completely melted down because I said, you don't understand, it's people like you who made me the person that I am today.
Right.
And I've never had the opportunity to say that to him.
Wow. How did he receive that? Is it like, I can't even imagine what that conversation's like on either end, but yeah.
I know. How do you respond when someone says, you're my idol? But it was crazy because I got to tell him that, and then literally moments later, somebody came up to me and said, oh my God, you're Dani Deahl, you ran this blog, you're the reason why I'm into dance music. And I thought, my God, I just said the same thing to Ron Carroll, and now someone's saying it to me.
That's an amazing feeling though. Like that's how I felt too. I was just like, I have to tell you, the amount of people who I've just mentioned in passing that you were coming here, like every single person was like, oh, Dani's the best. Dani's amazing, like she's incredible. And it's just like, seriously, just how does it feel to have this really long, like the longevity of your career and be able to wear so many hats and do so many things? Like, how does that feel at this point in your career now?
It feels really good. I feel the most self-assured that I have at any point in my career. And I try to spend a lot of time now giving back, which is why I'm very involved with the Recording Academy.
Right.
And I also volunteer for an organization called Girls Rock, which is a nonprofit camp that teaches girls between the ages of 8 and 16 how to DJ and how to express themselves through instruments and being in a band.
Wow,
how to find themselves through the expression of creativity in music.
Awesome.
So it's nice that I'm at a point where I feel very self-assured in who I am, and I'm able to use that as an opportunity to give back and to help the next generation of women come up in the scene.
That's amazing. And how has that been here? Do you find that there's a lot more women who are joining in, getting involved, that want to become DJs?
I think so. I'm definitely seeing more women participate across the board. I would.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
And how did the Recording Academy, how did you get involved with that?
Oh, they completely found me. And they found me because they saw that I was a leader in the local community, and they wanted representation from dance music on the board.
Okay.
The Chicago chapter of the Recording Academy for the Grammys, even though it's called the Chicago chapter, we're really the Midwest. We cover every place from Indianapolis to Minnesota to Detroit. So there are all of these cities that have rich musical histories, and there's a lot of dance music that comes out of these cities, and yet the chapter, the dance music representation is very small. So they wanted to bring me in so that I could help with initiatives around bringing in other dance artists. And now we're at the point this year with me as the president, we have Terry Hunter on the board. We have Karsten Sollers on my board. We have Hugh Cleel, Golf Clap, on the board. We have all these dance artists that are now participating and being a part of the process, which was not the case several years ago.
Wow, that's incredible to hear. And like, how does it feel just being at this point in your career too? Because I know I was like doing my research and looking into everything you've done, and did you have a vision of how you were going to get here, or did things organically happen? Because I can tell you right now that that's been happening where I'm like, oh, I used to think I would have this job. Just opportunities come about. Has that happened for you as well? Yeah.
I was talking with somebody recently where we were having a discussion about how to make choices in your life. And I tend to be very intellectual, so I do a lot of overthinking up here. And the person I was talking to said the best choices in your life come from when what's happening up here matches what's happening here.
Amazing.
Right? So when you make choices where your brain has the same feeling as your gut. And that, I think, is what has led me through life, where I do tend to be the intellectual that's analyzing every possible outcome for every situation. But when I know that something is right, then I go with it. And I think it's really important to be in tune with your gut and to know when something feels right for you.
Right. Did you ever have, because I feel like we learn just as much from our failures as we do like successes. Have you ever had those like pivotal moments where you had choice, like difficult decisions of which path to take, and how did those end up working out for you?
I think up until a few years ago, everything was pretty difficult, not going to lie. Yeah. And that's simply because I exist as a woman in a music and tech industry.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm very used to always having to second guess, is this the right path for me? Why does it feel so hard? Why does it look to be so much easier for other people? And I've always gone through the motions and really just trusted that this was where I was supposed to be.
Sure.
And pushed through it. And
that's amazing.
I hope and I see that now it maybe does not have to be as hard for the people that follow in our footsteps.
Sure. I was going to say you kind of just have to stand up and be counted and stand up for yourself. How did you get through those times? Was it just a gut feeling and you just like persevered and pushed yourself?
I think it was just a gut feeling, perseverance. It was also, I knew what I wanted, and I wasn't about to let anyone else take that away from me.
Right. Yep.
And I think I was exceptionally lucky to be able to figure that out in Chicago, because we were one of the few cities early on that actually had a wealth of female DJs where I could look up to them.
Right.
We had Super Jane, the collective Super Jane. We had people like DJ Minx up in Detroit, and that was very rare at the time.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
I had a really strong family that supported everything I did, a really strong mother who I could look up to. I grew up in a creative family, so I could see how you could succeed through creativity.
Right.
And I didn't like the feeling of ever being pushed around or being told like I was lesser than, or being told no. So anytime.
I did it anyway.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, I did it anyway.
Exactly, do it anyway.
That's awesome. I think mentorship is really amazing too. Like, have you had any amazing mentors in your life?
I do. I have a career mentor who I'm not able to name.
Sure, yeah, that's okay.
But I do think it's really important for everyone to have a professional mentor in their life, someone where you can open up to them and talk frankly about the roadblocks that are in your way. I think especially in the music industry, we're so used to putting on a facade.
Right.
We're so used to the projection of everything's great and everything's amazing. But it's hard to actually get yourself to the next level unless you're honest with the roadblocks that are in your way. And if you have somebody to talk to that is aspirational for you and has already accomplished those things, and you can have them guide you through those navigational areas, then it's really helpful.
No, I think I could not agree with you more. I think it's amazing to see, like, you remember the people who help you as well. And then, like you said, when you get to do that for other people, it's just something that will stay with you for life. And I feel like sometimes you just have to, sometimes those opportunities or those breaks that you get just come at the right time and mean so much to you. And it's amazing.
Yeah, I feel like one of the things I always live by in life is, if someone asks me for help and I have the ability to help them, then why would I turn that down? Right? It's so easy to take 5 minutes out of your day and to help 100%. Someone else.
Sure.
And it is actually, it takes more energy oftentimes to be rude than to be mean to people.
Totally agree with you. Yep.
And people are going to remember you years down the line. The smallest interactions, the smallest nice deeds that you do for people, they stay with people. They stay in their minds, and it helps shape not just the perception of who you are, but who you are, the fabric of who you are in the culture.
Agree. Yep. Yeah. That's amazing. My mom always said, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
She ingrained that in my brain, and you carry that with you with life, whatever your parents put on you. But well, I really appreciate your time today. I genuinely was so excited that you reached back out, and I'm looking forward to your set today. Anything that you can talk about, like, what do you have in store for today? What vibe are you trying to set?
Ooh.
Yeah. At the Good Bus. It's a really cool setup, amazing sound system.
I have a few different directions to go in. I don't like to pre-plan stuff. I know some people do, but for me, DJing is so much about it's a reciprocal environment. So it's not just me performing for the crowd. It's what does the crowd want, and trying to read that vibe, and right? So that there's this symbiosis where the two almost become one. So I've got a few different places where I could take it, but I don't know. But we'll see.
We will see. Do you have any secret weapons right now that you're sitting
I'm
on?
not sharing.
Yeah. Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, to ask
to go. Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys are gonna have to go. We're gonna be vlogging some of it, so you'll see me bopping around with my little hat on. And lastly, I know you're working on so many things right now, but is there anything that like you're most excited about that gets you like up in the morning and you're so pumped about it? Yeah.
There is, and I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, thank you so much for your time, Dani. I really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to your set this weekend.
I'm looking forward to seeing all of you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.